Have you ever wondered what would happen if you saw the end of the world? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? A question that nudges at the corners of our curiosity, pulling us into a whirlwind of theories and speculations. From ancient prophecies to scientific predictions, mankind has been fascinated with the concept of the end, the idea that our world as we know it might cease to exist one day. So buckle up, folks. Let's dive into some of the most popular theories about the end of the world. The Bible, particularly the book of Revelation, gives a vivid description of how the world could end. This ancient text, written over 2,000 years ago, provides us with a dramatic and somewhat terrifying vision of the world's end. The book of Revelation paints a picture of a period known as the Tribulation, a time of great suffering and destruction. At the heart of this biblical apocalypse are the notorious four horsemen. Each horseman represents a different aspect of the apocalypse: conquest, war, famine, and death. They ride forth bringing chaos and devastation in their wake. Conquest rides a white horse, war a fiery red one, famine a black horse, and death, the final horseman, rides a pale horse. Yet these horsemen are only the beginning of this prophesied end. The Antichrist, a figure of great evil, is predicted to rise to power. This leader, charismatic and influential, will deceive many, leading the world into further turmoil. The Antichrist is often associated with the beast, a terrifying creature described in Revelation, symbolizing the epitome of evil and destruction. Amid these catastrophic events, Revelation also describes a series of divine judgments that will befall the earth. 7 seals, 7 trumpets, and 7 bowls, each bringing a new wave of calamities, from earthquakes to plagues, from celestial disruptions to the utter darkness. Ultimately, this biblical end concludes with the final judgment. All the dead will rise, and every individual, both living and dead, will be judged according to their deeds. The righteous will enter a new heaven and a new earth, while the wicked will face the second death, an eternal separation from God in a lake of fire. Of course, interpretations of these prophecies vary widely among scholars, theologians, and believers. Some see them as symbolic, others as literal future events. Whichever the case, the imagery and the messages they convey have left a profound impact on our collective consciousness. That's one view, but there are many others. Scientists have their own predictions about how the world could end. Let's delve into some of these theories. First up, let's consider the grand finale, the heat death of the universe. This theory suggests that the universe, as we know it, will eventually fade into a state of no thermodynamic free energy, meaning it won't be able to sustain processes that increase entropy, essentially life as we know it. It's as if the universe, in its infinite expanse, would just decide to switch off the lights, leaving nothing but a cold, dark void. But let's bring it closer to home. What about a catastrophic asteroid impact? It's happened before, wiping out the dinosaurs some 65 million years ago. Scientists believe that another asteroid of that magnitude could potentially cause an impact winter, blocking out sunlight and leading to a significant drop in global temperatures. This would likely lead to mass extinction, including, quite possibly, the eradication of human life. Then, there's the slow creeping threat of climate change. Rising global temperatures, melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and extreme weather patterns could make our planet uninhabitable in the future. If left unchecked, the Earth's climate could shift so dramatically that many regions would become uninhabitable, leading to massive displacement of populations and, potentially, the collapse of civilization as we know it. Of course, these are all theories, possibilities that scientists explore to understand our place in the universe and to anticipate potential threats. But they serve as reminders of our vulnerability and our responsibility to protect our planet, to ensure a future for generations to come. But what if the end comes from outside our galaxy? Stay tuned as we delve into the possibility of an alien invasion in our next segment. What if extraterrestrial life forms pose a threat to our existence? Picture this: beings from another planet, far more advanced than us, decide that Earth is the perfect target for their next expansion. This isn't a Hollywood blockbuster plot, but a scenario some scientists and thinkers have seriously considered. The notion of an alien invasion leading to the end of the world is certainly not a new one. It's been a staple of science fiction for more than a century. However, it's not just fiction. Theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking, for one, warned us that the outcome for humans would not be good if we encountered advanced extraterrestrial life. He reasoned that such a meeting would be akin to when Native Americans first encountered Columbus, and we all know how that turned out. So let's delve a little deeper into this potential end-of-the-world scenario. What might an alien invasion look like? One possibility is that the invaders could employ a form of biological warfare, releasing a virus or other pathogen to which we have no immunity. Alternatively, they might use superior technology to disable our defenses and infrastructure, leaving us helpless. And how would humanity respond? Our reaction would likely be multifaceted. There would be efforts to communicate and negotiate, of course. We might try to form a global united front, pooling our resources and knowledge, but there would also likely be panic, chaos, and perhaps even attempts to collaborate with the invaders for personal gain. It's a sobering thought, but it's also important to remember that this is all purely speculative. We have no evidence that extraterrestrial life, hostile or otherwise, even exists. But the exercise of contemplating such scenarios can help us understand our vulnerabilities and inspire us to work towards unity and resilience. From the divine to the extraterrestrial, theories about the end of the world are as diverse as they are fascinating. Perhaps the most frightening end-of-the-world scenarios are those we could bring upon ourselves. Let's think about it. We've been tinkering and toying with the forces of nature since the dawn of civilization. But as our technology evolves, so too do the potential risks. One of the leading candidates for a man-made apocalypse is nuclear war. The Cold War may be a distant memory for some, but the threat of global annihilation through nuclear weapons is as real today as it was in the mid-20th century. These weapons of mass destruction have the power to wipe out entire cities in the blink of an eye, and the long-term effects of radiation could render large portions of the Earth uninhabitable. The chilling reality is that there are thousands of these weapons around the world, and it only takes one misguided decision to set off a chain reaction of catastrophic proportions. Let's shift gears a bit to another potential man-made apocalypse: biotechnology risks. As we continue to push the boundaries of science, playing with the very building blocks of life, we tread into uncharted territory. While the potential benefits are vast, so too are the dangers. A single mistake in a lab could unleash a virus far more deadly and contagious than anything nature could concoct. And lastly, let's not forget about artificial intelligence. As we strive to create machines that think like us, we run the risk of creating something that outthinks us. What happens when an artificial intelligence decides that humanity is the biggest threat to its own survival? It's a chilling thought, and one that many leading minds in the field have warned about. So, we've taken a look at just a few of the ways our own advancements could lead to our downfall. From nuclear war to biotechnology risks to artificial intelligence gone rogue, the potential for man-made disaster is real and ever-present. Could we be our own worst enemy? It's a question worth pondering as we continue to shape our world and potentially our fate. While these theories may seem daunting, they serve as a reminder of the importance of our decisions today. Each scenario we've traversed, from the biblical apocalypse to the prospect of alien invasions and our own potential for self-destruction, paints a vivid picture of the many paths our world could take. The thought of the end is a sobering one indeed. It forces us to grapple with the fragility of our existence and the sheer scope of the unknown. Yet, it's through this contemplation that we're prompted to question, to learn, and to strive for better. It's a stark reminder that every choice we make, every action we take, ripples out into the world, shaping the future in ways we may never fully comprehend. We've traversed the landscapes of science, faith, and imagination, each offering a different lens through which to view our potential fate. They're not just tales of doom and gloom, but rather, they're catalysts for reflection, for introspection, and for action. In the face of these daunting possibilities, we're reminded of our capacity for resilience, for innovation, and for change. We're reminded of the power we hold in shaping our world, in forging our own destiny. And so we circle back to that ultimate question, the one that underpins all others: what world do we wish to create? Remember, the future is not set in stone. We have the power to shape it. So what world do you want to create?